this is why I want to go around the world and talk to women, because it's not just physical weight that you're dealing with. You're dealing with mental weight too.
Wow. So your physical weight plus your mental weight gives you a total weight that you're actually dealing with.
And the mental weight will cause you to have the physical weight. Because if you don't deal with the stress, you can stress eat. You have emotional eaters. You have people who eat and then stick their fingers down their throat and try to get it back up. You got a lot of things going on. So there's all kinds of eating disorders, all kinds of behaviors that people do, things that they go through. People have vices.
What's going on, everybody? My name is Wanye Picante. You're now tuned in to The Spotlight, where we turn the spotlight on dream chasers and go-getters.
Country boy, this beat go too crazy.
What's going on, everybody? My name is Wanye Picante, and I have the lovely fitness guru herself, Miss Nataisha Ramirez, on this episode of The Spotlight. So, glad to have you here. Go ahead on, get back, get comfortable. We're going to go ahead on and kick things off. So, Miss Nataisha, thank you for agreeing to be a part of The Spotlight.
You're welcome.
So, Miss Nataisha, if you would, tell us a little bit about yourself. Introduce yourself to all the millions of people who don't already know you.
Well, my name is Nataisha Ramirez, and I just recently had a birthday, so I just turned 50 years old. And I am a wife, I'm a mother, I'm a sister. I just recently had a child that just started college at ECU. Well, it's his third year there. And we recently just returned back from Hawaii about a couple of years ago. So I having a good time right now, just enjoying myself with this business that I have besides Healthy Fitness here with the ladies.
Outstanding. So, mother, wife, business owner, a woman of many hats, one would say.
Yes.
How do you balance that?
It's very hard. My day starts as early as 3:15 just about every morning. And sometimes I don't get off until as late as 7:00 p.m. So I literally have to go to bed early. I do a lot of things throughout the day, but I've been doing it for a while, for about 13 years. So I got it down packed now. So it's pretty easy now.
Man, that's a pretty tight and rigid routine.
Yes, very tight.
I gotta say, it takes a lot of planning and communication to be able to get everything we need to get done in a day's time.
It does, a lot.
I know you said that you were a wife. You married to a Marine?
Yes, proud wife of a Marine. He did 17 years in the Marine Corps. A daughter of a Marine who did 27 years in the Marine Corps. So yeah, it's my life, so yes.
Wow, hey, definitely thank him for his service. Simplify, I did 4 years myself, so part of the brotherhood.
Yes.
That's wonderful. But wife and your daughter Marine, how does that dynamic feel?
Very structured, I should say. Very structured. Very, very structured.
Yeah, I mean, I can definitely imagine. So how many total kids do we have?
2. 2 boys.
Okay, 2 boys. We said that one was entering his 3rd year at ECU.
Yes, 3rd year at ECU. He actually transferred from Greensboro College. He played football for 2 years, and now he's at ECU. He's not playing football. And then I had one that went to Central in Durham, and he's graduated with a business degree.
That's wonderful.
Yeah.
Hey, you gotta love that, you know, especially seeing, you know, our kids achieve, you know, greatness.
Yes.
And do, especially, I gotta say, I can't wait for my son to do some big things like that. I can't wait for him to graduate from college. But
it's hard. Once they graduate, they ain't done. So you got to make sure you keep them on the straight and narrow and encourage them. Because right now, just having a degree is not, you know, a lot of times you think I get a degree and I'm good. No, you got to have experience and, you know, you got to really work hard. So
I feel like that was kind of an older mindset of, hey, you know, you got to go to college. You got to go to college. Once you go to college, then it's like, all right, what's next?
Right.
You know, I think that's a big thing that us as parents, we have to really push. Hey, what's your next plan? Because, you know, a lot of times in life, if you don't have a plan, you're going to plan yourself to fail.
Right. So, and I always tell people, like, you know, college ain't for everybody. So if that's not the thing, then don't waste the money. Because them student loans will find you.
Yeah. Sally may want hers with a little bit of interest.
Yes. Yes. Very much so.
Got you. So I know with the business itself, Size Healthy Fitness, what does that mean to you?
Size Healthy Fitness means finding your own unique way. Size Healthy Fitness came about because of me. I was morbidly obese. My highest weight was 408 pounds. So as I began to lose weight, I realized that this was not a physical journey. It was more mental than anything. Now, I tell people all the time, I don't hide it. I did choose a tool. I had the weight loss surgery, which is the gastric bypass. But in that journey, it still took me 7 years to lose the weight. So you think about, you have a tool and it's still taking you 7 years to lose the weight, and you're thinking, oh, this weight's gonna come off fast. Well, it didn't for me. And so everyone's journey is a little bit different. Size Healthy Fitness is mirrored from the scripture, Psalms 139:14. So I believe that everyone was fearfully and wonderfully made. So as I started doing it, people kept saying, oh, you should be a trainer. And that was not my journey. Not that I thought it was. And so I was just like, you know, if I'm struggling mentally to get this weight off, then of course, then there's other women struggling to get this weight off as well. So with that being said, I was just like, okay, it doesn't matter it does matter what the BMI chart says, but I don't want to kill myself trying to get down to what the BMI chart says. So if I can walk up a flight of stairs and not be out of breath, if I can get off this medicine and not kill myself, high cholesterol. Now, mind you, I did not have any of those things. I was just overweight. I was anemic, but I didn't have high blood pressure. I wasn't diabetic. I didn't have all those things, but still, mentally, I was still struggling. So that's how I came up with, I didn't want what I was trying to develop be focused around a size. I wanted to be focused around being healthy.
Wow. So when you say BMI, what does that mean?
So that's pretty much when, it's pretty much based on height and weight. So according to the medical doctors, you should weigh a certain size based on your height. So in all actuality, I'm still considered obese after losing 200 pounds because I'm 5'9.5", so I should be under 200 pounds, and I'm not under 200 pounds. I'm still 200 pounds.
Well, I would call them doctors a lie because you're one of the most fit people I know.
Yes.
I've seen a lot of your videos on social media. I even know some of your past clients, current clients, some of your people from your Zumba class, and they gave me nothing but glowing reviews about it.
Tasha. I can only say good things about Tasha, and truthfully, anyone who's ever had a chance to encounter her can really only say good things about her. Tasha is a once-in-a-lifetime type of girl. She is so uniquely her and divinely her, and she stands in and she owns it. She loves fitness so much, and she's passionate not only about fitness, but about the health and the well-being of her clients. She knows exactly what people need when they come to see her on the days that they come. Sometimes it's not all about working out. Sometimes it's about just needing somebody to talk to or let it out and just be truthful with. And she is that type of trainer. I cannot wait until the world gets to experience Tasha because they don't know what they've been missing. Tasha is a friend. She is my big sister, and she has given me so many nuggets and so much wisdom that will be the building block of my fitness journey forever. Tasha, I love you, and I look forward to the future.
Well, one of the things that I did, of course, you know, food is everything. So I tell people food is medicine, but it's also 80% of what you eat. So a lot of times people try to attack it going the physical way. Well, of course, anybody can go to the gym and work out,
Right.
but it's what you do after you leave the gym. So a lot of people go, oh, I went to the gym. Oh, I can go to a fast food restaurant and I can go eat whatever because I just burned all these calories, when not necessarily. Like, a lot of people think, oh, I just ran, and you think you got on the treadmill and you ran whatever, and it tells you that you burned all these calories, and really you really didn't burn that many calories, because if the treadmill stops, if you stop, the treadmill's still going.
Yeah.
If you're outside and you stop, okay, you stopped. So it's totally a different thing. So the way I did it to attack it when I first started was I started running. I actually taught myself how to run. So those 3:15s that I get up now in the morning, it's something that I learned how to do. So I would get up at 3 o'clock in the morning, get myself together, go outside, and I would run in the housing area that we were stationed at. And I used the couch to 5K. So I would do that, and then once I finished doing that, I would sign up for a race. So I signed up for my first race, and I was very disappointed because I signed up for a 5K, and it took me 54 minutes to run 3.12 miles. And I was just like, I did all this training, and it took me almost an hour to run 3.12 miles. Gotta go back. So I just kept training myself and learning how to run until I got my minute mile down. So that minute mile is probably almost like, I think it was almost like 19 minutes, but I got it down to where I actually got down to 11-minute mile. Okay. And I tried myself all the way up to a marathon. And so I just kept doing it. And then after that, then I picked, once I started doing that, then I started teaching other people how to run. So I attacked my weight loss with running. It's a great tool, but people have to realize when you're that heavy and you're doing all that stuff, as the time goes on, your knees start to hurt. So because it's 4 times the weight on your knee, so whatever weight you are, that's 4 times the weight on your knee. So if I'm carrying that weight around for so long, of course, once I lose the weight, my knees are gonna ache. So I don't run as much anymore.
Gotcha.
Because of those ailments, but that's how I attacked my weight loss.
Got you. Thanks to the Marine Corps. I don't run as much now, but
Yeah.
I've definitely put some weight on them.
Yes.
So aside from running, I know we said that eating, you said eating was medicine. I like that. I think when I got out of the Marine Corps, I was a little bit heavier, and I tried to do the weight loss thing, and I was like, something ain't right, because it's not working. I'm going out here, I'm running, but I still was gaining weight. And that's honestly what you said. It was, my diet was terrible.
Yes.
I had to realize, and one of my buddies taught me, he was like, being in a calorie deficit is what helps you lose the weight. Because me in my head, I was like, look, I just ran 3 miles. It's time to go get a burger. He was like, no, man, you can't do that.
Can't eat the amount of food that you just burnt. You gotta be in 500 calorie deficit. 500 calorie deficit in order to lose 1 pound, it's 3,500 calories.
Okay.
So if you do 500 per day, that's in 7 days, you can lose 1 pound. But for women, you can lose between 8 to 10 pounds a month. So if you only lose 8, then you're still winning. You can lose 10, but you gotta really work hard to get that 10 off. And a lot of times we just try to give up because we wanna lose more. And then of course, if you're heavier, you're gonna lose more weight than anybody normal, because most of that is gonna be water weight. So it'll come off real quick in the beginning, but as time goes on, it'll start, slowing down. And so that's when people be like, oh, I gotta pull back. I gotta pull back, when actually you should be eating more, because what happens is your body gets used to the amount of food that you're eating. And so then you wanna starve yourself when actually you should be eating a little bit more.
Yeah, I guess I can kind of relate with it. I think when I was doing my little, I call it a little fitness thing, because it wasn't a lot of fitness. It was just a little bit. The only thing I was doing was trying to fit as much food in my mouth as I could. Honestly, my weakness was Kit Kats, man. I started trying to be smart, but like, all right, I'm just gonna get the fun size. But if you eat the whole pack, you might well just eat the whole bar.
And those carbs that turn into sugar.
Yeah, but it was chocolate. I couldn't help myself.
Yes.
But yeah, I hit that wall, and it was like, man, I'm not losing no more weight. I'm not seeing no real results. I'm like, is this it? And then my buddy was like, no, you got to start lifting heavier. I was like, lifting heavier? I was like, I don't want my neck and back to be big. He was like, dude, no.
It takes a lot for all that to happen.
Yeah. He was like, you're not going to be, SpongeBob blowing up your arms or Johnny Bravo ripping off shirts in 2 weeks.
And people have to realize that genetics is a lot of part of that too. So I have people be like, I don't want arms like you. I'm like, you won't get arms like me.
Tell them, you can't get these guns? Tell them they can't get them guns, not like that.
Yeah. So, and people have to realize some people do things differently, and you're not gonna do what I do to do that. And then you have to look at your genetics too. Like my dad, his upper body was like that. So you just have to realize that you gotta look at your genetics, look at what you're eating, look at what you're doing. I mean, if you don't look at your body, and that's the hard time. That's the thing that we as women have a hard time with. We don't really embrace our body. Like we're too busy trying to compare ourselves to other people instead of just looking at who we are and seeing what works for us. Like you'll look at my end goal and you're at your beginning and you're like, okay, but you won't get here. I didn't get here overnight. So this is like 19 years that I just hit my 19-year anniversary. So this is 19 years of work and you just started on year 1.
Yeah.
So
we're not the same.
Yeah, so people have to just realize that. That's
Yeah.
what happens.
So it really sounds like a lot of it is mental.
Mm-hmm. Very much so.
So being able to, like you said, see yourself, but also be able to keep yourself motivated.
And motivation is not always, I'm not always motivated. I don't always get up at 3 o'clock in the morning. I hit the snooze button just like everybody else do. I don't always want to come in here, but my consistency and my discipline is what keeps me going. Motivation is here today, gone tomorrow. And people, I don't think, most people don't realize that. Like, oh, you always motivated. Nah, I'm not always motivated, but I always get up.
Gotcha. So even when you don't want to do it,
I do it.
you still have to do it.
Yes.
I can dig it. And so going from being, like you said, morbidly obese, 19 years celebrating now, what is next for you?
I want to go around the United States and talk to women about being healthy. I feel that there's not enough of us that actually talk to women about it because, especially us as African American women, we don't get enough encouragement and enough education because we see so many things on social media that we think is the right thing and it is not. I'm not the type of person that I'm gonna just tell you something just to sell something to you. I've walked a life. I've had moments where I wanted to quit. I've had moments where we're like, okay, it's not working. I've hoarded food. I've ate stuff behind closed doors. I've smiled in front of your face and behind closed doors didn't like who I was. So I've done all those things that women don't normally talk about. And I want to be able to go around and talk to them about it. Like, hey, it's okay to not be okay. It's okay to, have moments of doubt. It's okay to not always believe in yourself, but you gotta get back up. You have to get back up. Laying down is not an option. You can be there for a minute, but you can't stay there. That's what I wanna do. I just wanna go around and talk to them and have them believe that they can. And then the education behind it. It's a threefold ministry. It's mind, body, and spirit. It's not just body. You just don't get to go to the gym. And when you go to the gym, you don't go to a gym that you feel like you're gonna be sitting there comparing yourself to everybody else. That's why I built Size Healthy Fitness. It's an all-women's gym. Every type of woman is in here. You are accepted when you walk through the door. It's based on biblical principles. I don't believe that you should feel like you're not accepted anywhere. Like, if you can't. And then the thing is, I always have all the stuff here, like I can do all things through Christ who gives me strength.
Yeah.
I put that's one of the first things I learned when I started losing weight. And I don't believe in the word can't. You may not be able to do it right now, but the word can't is, you can control and navigate your thoughts. And that's what that word can't stands for. You can control and navigate your thoughts. So there's no such thing as can't.
Wow. I never thought about the word can't like that. The Marine in me is all, you can do anything. And even the ego of man is, oh, well, I have to be able to do things. I have to be strong. I have to put forth this image and be this shining light, this hero to my family, to my friends, to everybody that sees me. But, not really being able to put it all together.
Because when you do that, I feel like when you do that, you do not allow them to see that, hey, things happen. Life happens. I have people all the time, they'll go missing. And I'll call them. Like, I'm not that person. I'm gonna call you if I don't see you. Okay, you get the first day. The next day, you're still not here. Okay, what's going on? Well, I'm not that person because life happens. So if life happens, then what's going on with life?
Yeah.
So and that's the thing with me. Like, let's talk about it. Don't sit in it, because the longer you sit in it, you're gonna stay there, and you'll just dig a deeper and deeper and deeper hole to where you can't come out.
I like the fact that you kind of have like, you're more than just a fitness coach. It feels like there is more. I don't know, more like you said, the threefold ministry. I feel like you can really connect with all of your clients, and just being here, I can feel like the overall strength and joy and hard work that's actually put in, because again, like I said, I seen the videos. I say you putting them sisters through some work. So what's some of the courses or classes that you offer here?
We have Zumba.
Okay.
We have Mixed Fit, which is a dance fit class. We also have yoga / stretching, more stretching than yoga. I just got certified in a class called Extreme Burn, which is a more cardio hit class. And we have chair fitness.
Ooh.
So the Extreme Burn class is like so fun. I promise you, it's so fun. And they don't like it, but it's so fun. So it's almost like, so if you're in the Marine Corps,
mm-hmm.
and you got to go to PT,
mm-hmm.
and you got that one drill sergeant just like, he don't care. So you just like putting it all, and you about to pass out, but he's still in your face, like, you got to get. So that's what kind of class it is. So yeah, so they don't like me when I do that class. But anyways, I'm not that bad. And then I can also do it in a chair. So I do it in a chair for my seasoned divas. And my seasoned divas is my older crowd. And then we also have chair fitness as well. So yeah, it's fun. I love it.
Every fitness coach, physical trainer, that does some kind of motivating workouts, they always have this, oh, it's fun, it's great. It's like, ooh.
But you want that person in your life, because you're not going to do it on your own if you didn't have them.
Yeah, I mean, that's true. I mean, if you think about how many of the bad decisions do we make when we're left to our own devices.
Right.
That's a lot of times why we need some hard friends, or, somebody that can make us do things that gets us uncomfortable. Because one of the things that I pride myself, and even like my people for my job, different people that I coach and mentor, I tell them, hey, get comfortable being uncomfortable.
Yes.
Because if you can do that, there's nothing that's going to stop you, because you already like to do certain things. But if I can get you to get the mindset to essentially attack some of the things that you wouldn't normally do, or go a different path, that's going to make you successful. Because normally the road that has the most pushback is what you need to do to be successful.
Right. One of the things that I do is every year I ask them what their goal is. So one of the things that happens in fitness is a lot of times people get bored. So when women when they get bored with something, they stop. So to keep from getting bored, the first goal might have been to lose weight.
Mm-hmm.
The next goal might be to build muscle. So if we're building muscle, we change up the program. Okay, so what do you want to do next? So for me I was running. So I got that down pat. Did 2 marathons, okay, good. Come back, here, I wanted to teach classes. So I started working at Walls Creek. I started teaching HIIT classes, spin classes, whatever the case may be. Then one of my friends started doing powerlifting. And I was like, that's crazy. So we go to the Arnold in Ohio, and I started watching these people, and I see these guys, and they're lifting weights, and I'm just like, who does that? Like, they got thousands of pounds on their back, busting blood vessels in their eyes. So then she decides to do it, and I go see it, and then I see all these women together, and they're all just like supporting each other. I'm like, oh, okay, so how do I learn how to do that?
Yeah.
So then I decide I'm gonna powerlift. So then my husband trains me, and for 5 years, I travel from Virginia to I did one here on base, then I went to Virginia, then I went to Georgia, and I'm going to all these different competitions, placing first and winning and whatever the case may be, to the point where I just stopped. My last one was in Cherokee, I won first place, and then I was like, okay, I'm retired, I'm done. Because there's a lot of wear and tear on your body, and I'm getting massages, going to a chiropractor, whatever, but then I tried something different, so I got that down packed. So it's like, okay. So then it's like, oh, okay, so let me get a certification in something, because I don't like choreographed stuff, but this made me have to think outside of my comfort zone. So it's like, okay, I get a certificate. So you always have to keep doing something so you don't get bored. Not that I don't have enough already to do, but in fitness, change up your goals so you don't get bored, so that you don't be like, you get like, I don't want to go to the gym and just get on the treadmill, or I don't want to go to the gym and just go lift weights. Find something to do. Find a class that you're interested in. And then if you want to start teaching a class, then teach a class. Don't let your body get to the point where, like, okay, you get stuck in the house and you just become a hermit and you don't do anything, and then you sit on the couch. Because truth be told, that's how the pandemic and COVID happened. People stopped going to the gym, they got stuck in the house, and then they weren't doing anything anymore. And then people gained all this weight. And so then it's like trying to start all over again. So instead of doing that, you just learn different things, find something else. It's about to be cold outside, so where everybody gonna be at now? In the gym.
Yeah.
Trying to find something until it gets warm, and then they'll be back outside again. So you just always gotta change it up. Just don't let your body don't get so complacent with doing nothing until your body gets out of the, you get out of whack, or you can't figure out what you wanna do, or you get bored and you're on the couch, you're like, ooh, I gained 10 pounds during the wintertime. Oh, what am I supposed to do? Then summer comes, and then you killing yourself trying to get into these shorts or whatever, because it's barbecue season, and then now you're like, oh, what am I supposed to do? So that's one of the things that I try to teach them. So every year, I don't believe in New Year's resolutions, but I do believe in, okay, what's the next goal? So, yeah.
Okay, so when we set a new goal, we set a new goal in fitness. If we don't achieve that goal, how do we go forward?
So when we set a goal that it's going to be something that you can achieve. So they're called SMART goals.
Okay.
Make sure it's specific, measurable, attainable, realistic, and timely. So don't just be like, oh, I want to lose 100 pounds in 3 months, because that's not going to happen.
Like, whoa, hold on, brother. No.
So something that you can attain and give yourself time to do, but start off small. It might be, I want to lose 10 pounds. And it might take you 2 months to do it. And so you set that type of goal, but don't set something so big. And it might not even be fitness related. It might be, I want to start eating right.
Mm-hmm.
I tell people, don't wait till you have time to do stuff. You start doing it now when you don't have the time. So when you do have the time, you know what to do.
I like it. Good planning, good preparation. So that way, like you said, when you have the time, you can do it. So what is 3 interesting things about you?
3 interesting things about me is I love to be outside.
Okay.
I am a sun baby. I like to be with the equator, honestly. The second thing that I like to do is I like to go to the beach.
Okay.
And the third thing is I like to play video games.
You a gamer?
Not the old games. Pac-Man. Find me an arcade with Pac-Man and Tetris.
Okay. That's interesting though. Like I said, I never would have got that.
Yeah.
I have, like I said, I talked to some of your previous clients, some of your Zumba class people, and all of them always tell me, they say, she's intense, but she cares. And I think that's very admirable, because I feel like a lot of times, a lot of people that get into the fitness world, It's just, I'm gonna train you. I'm focused on this. Hey, we're just gonna work on this. And everybody that I talked to, they all told me, hey, she actually, like you said, checked up on me when I went missing, talked to me when I didn't want to do it anymore because, I wasn't seeing the results. I wasn't really, I didn't have a realistic goal. That didn't everybody that took your Zoom because they said it was amazing. So.
Quick shout out to my girl, Nataisha Ramirez of Size Healthy Fitness. I have watched you grow in your journey from the beginning until where you are right now. And you are truly a living testimony and a motivation for all of us that want to get our bodies together. I appreciate your transparency. I appreciate your journey. And you are not afraid to tell your testimony, which gives us all motivation to keep going and keep pushing no matter what. So thank you. Keep going, girl. And thank you for what you bring to the community. All right, take care.
I always tell people, if you're looking for someone who's going to go above and beyond the gym, then you need to find a coach. A trainer is just going to tell you, if you come to a trainer and say, I want to lose 20 pounds, they're going to tell you how to lose 20 pounds. If you want a coach that's going to talk to you about everything else, then you need to find a coach. A personal trainer and a wellness coach, they're two different people. A coach cares more than outside of the gym. A trainer is just going to give you what's in the gym. There's a big difference.
I can dig it.
And I actually had to learn that because I was just like, I was doing coach stuff and people were like, why are you doing all that? I'm like, because I'm giving you what I would want someone to do for me.
Yeah.
And they were like, oh, well, you doing a lot. I'm like, well, that's just how I am. Like, I care. Like, I don't feel like you should be in something just to be in something. Like, if it's really your passion, it's your gift, then you will go above and beyond, because that's just who you are. But if it's just something you just be trying to do, which some people who are trainers are just doing something because they're just doing it, then they're not going to go above and beyond. So you just got to be careful if that's all you want. If you just want 20 pounds, then you're good. But if you need help in more areas, because the truth be told, if you're overweight, especially if you're obese or morbidly obese, it's not just about the weight. Mm-hmm. It's about the weight.
So what's the difference?
So if it's the weight, the mental weight, mm-hmm. and the physical weight.
Okay. You
could be overweight and still be able to get the weight off. You might have been pregnant or whatever the case may be. So for me, pregnant, gained 30 pounds. That's easily to get off if you stay focused and do it.
Okay.
But after having a kid and then being already obese, moving into morbidly obese, that's 200 pounds that I need to get off. That's more than just weight. You got other stuff going on that you're not dealing with, which most times if you're 30 pounds, you probably do, but it's not as heavy mm-hmm. as it would be if you're a morbidly obese person. A morbidly obese person most of the time has a bubble around them. Like they're dealing with a whole lot of other stuff that they're just not telling you. They could have trauma. They could be binge eating. They could have an eating disorder. They can have a lot of stuff. They could have been abused, domestic violence. You got a lot of other stuff that comes with being morbidly obese or obese. Or it could be overweight and they could have been 125 pounds and then they just moved into being overweight. But most people don't realize that you don't just have physical weight, you have mental weight as well. And so they can't see their way out of it. So hence why you need to not only just see a trainer or a coach, you need to see a counselor as well. So you need all that support to help you get that weight off. 19 years for me to get the weight off. And I still had weight loss surgery. Just because the weight comes off doesn't mean you don't have other stuff going on. So of course I had counseling and all that other stuff. So you still have things that you have to deal with. And then even when you have the weight off, you might have things that come back up that you still have to deal with. So people have to realize that it's not just, and this is why I want to go around the world and talk to women, because it's not just physical weight that you're dealing with. You're dealing with mental weight too.
Wow. So your physical weight plus your mental weight gives you a total weight that you're actually dealing with.
And the mental weight will cause you to have the physical weight. Because if you don't deal with the stress, you can stress eat. You have emotional eaters. You have people who eat and then stick their fingers down their throat and try to get it back up. You got a lot of things going on. So there's all kinds of eating disorders, all kinds of behaviorals that people do, things that they go through. People have vices.
Man, I guess I never thought of it like that, you know.
And you see it's more so in women than you would see in men. So, but yeah, we deal with a lot.
Yeah. And
sometimes we don't know how to overcome them. So you need to have people in your corner that are willing to help. And that's why Size Healthy Fitness is here to help.
That's it. Hey, tell the people about Size Healthy Fitness.
Size Healthy Fitness is here to help women overcome any type of weight issues that you may have going through. We do have a program that's coming up starting January 20th. It's called Diva Strong. Diva Strong is a program that helps educate you on how to lose the weight and keep it off. I deal with the mind, body, and spirit. You get classes. We talk to you about nutrition. It starts January 20th. It will be advertising soon during Black Friday. So if you're interested, you can reach out, see on social media under Coach Nataisha, social media under Size Healthy Fitness. I am on Instagram, I'm on TikTok, and I'm on Facebook. We are located at 2840 Henderson Drive here in Jacksonville, North Carolina, and the number is 910-939-5006.
Well, definitely. Thank you, Miss Nataisha, for, hey, cutting your own commercial, giving the people what they came for.
Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. So, Miss Nataisha, to say thank you for all of your hard work, your dedication, and your ability to, push the limits and do great things and inspire all of these women that are a part of your gym, that were, here, that, moved away. It's a military town. People are always moving. But the people that I talked to gave nothing but glowing reviews and said great things about you. So from me and all the people at the Spotlight, we wanted to give you the Spotlight Award. And it is the Spotlight Award presented to Miss Nataisha Ramirez for being an example of Matthew 5:16. In the same way, let your light show before others so that they may see your good works and give glory to your Father in heaven.
Oh, thank you.
Yes, ma'am. But yes, ma'am, on my show, we give those out to, people that are doing great things in the community, that are impacting people's lives. And we figure who better to get that award than you, changing people's lives in so many different areas.
Oh, I appreciate that. This was unexpected. I was not expecting this. Oh, I appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Absolutely. You have any closing things you'd like to tell the people?
No, just make sure you make your health your priority. Your health is your wealth. Women, get out there, go to the doctors, get checked, do what you need to do, because life is not promised to anyone. And you need to know, don't be afraid, don't be scared, embrace who you are. And remember, you are fearfully and wonderfully made.
Well, that's all the time we have for today on this episode of Spotlight. I am Wanye Picante. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll catch you next time.